Welcome to the Chicky Farm, brought to you by Budweiser and Corona, and the color white, and the color pink, and purple, and yellow, and blue, and green, because this is like a Sesame Street rendition of the. I kind of got this idea from someone near and dear to me who knows of a rabbit farm where they have rabbits that freely roam and come to you. So these chickens do the same, and they're so sweet and fun and fluffy and very good on lowering blood pressure. So welcome to the first Sweet Home, uh, Sweet My Home Chicky Chicken Ranch, and they are so sweet and they are so pretty. Hi, Chicky. I see you like Ford. Well, that's a Chevy Silverado. So this commercial is also brought to you by the Silverado. It has a sunroof and it is a utility truck and it's American Chevy. She loves it. She doesn't drive one, but she likes it there in her little ranch. Right, Mama? You're on camera. Tonight is the first time that I video you. And you, what you doing? You sleepy? You okay, Mama? What's wrong? You okay? Huh? Okay. She wanted to stay on the rock. You okay? Yeah. And they're everywhere. Look. I made a little oasis for them. They have other toys too. And they have little mirrors and little ramps. They even have their own American flag to keep the patriotism up. They even have some drywood, which I don't know why it's here. It's supposed to be a little closer. Some driftwood. Because driftwood is what they use to distill Budweiser, the king of beers. That's right, we're gonna put some commercials in there too, because I drank those beers. That's why they're there. And I don't drink a lot of beers, but lately I have a few beers while I look at them and laugh as I'm drinking, because they're so silly. They're silly little chickies. Uh, we put up some mesh uh, to help them rest and lower their tensions. Uh, we also have another provider, Bush's Beer, which you can't see the label because they're water troughs for them to have their water. They like to have a lot of water, so I'm constantly filling up their troughs. And bird seeds, because they love to peck it off the ground. The provider of this awesome uh, uh, birdies chicks is Tractor. Uh, Let me make sure I get them in because Tractor Supply Co. Tractor Supply Co. will issue you a box like that. Looks a lot better than that one. And they will put the chickies that you pick in a box to be safely brought home with those wood chips you see on the ground. To make them feel safe, I say keep the wood chips in the cage because it already has their scent and will mark the smell, their smell in their new home. So don't throw the wood chips out. Try to keep the wood chips and make the transition as comfortable as possible so that they can spread the chips around, which they've been doing. As you can see, there's a lot of chips that they've dragged out um, onto the land and spread their scent further and further out, which means they are very smart, very brilliant, and very comfortable as you see the chips get further and further away from where they landed. You'll come to realize that they um, will start to go further from your property um, without going so far as to jeopardize their lives. But just understand, some of them will die. I had 10 in total. I have eight. And the first two that passed away was one because it was sickly and it was a little soon for it to be out of its habitat. And apparently something happened, and I don't know exactly what, but it was buried 2 days ago. And I have pictures of the impromptu funeral for that poor chickie. And they have all kinds of inbuilt, beautiful, natural bridges and runs that they love. And they even have an entire forest um, that for them is like a huge forest for me. But for them, this is a huge forest for them. And what's nice is I'm able to still see them in this habitat. And they're very brilliant from what I've seen. They have come back to where I put their water and their bird seed, um, which is brilliant because I put it right here in this cage and I leave it open and they just go in and out. And I don't even have them stay in there overnight. I just have them go in there and I leave it open now. I don't even close it at all. Um, Sometimes they go in and they sleep right before nighttime, which is amazing because then all I have to do is just go in there and pick them up in a pile of eight because they're so small right now. And I have a crate that I have for them inside of here. We're going to keep the commercial rolling. The Dutchman, not the Flying Dutchman, but the Dutchman camper. Um, that is a very good um, mobile camper, which is not mine. It is not mine, but I live in it and I can secure them in there while I sleep. And the commercial's also brought to you by Dodge, which they don't sell anymore. But if you have one, please make sure that you get your brakes from AutoZone, which I love AutoZone. And this is a great car. I got to make sure everybody's getting credit because I'm seeing a lot of brands here. And also, Pittsburgh, sold at Auto Freight. Get yourself a 2-ton, low profile, rapid pump. When you have to lift your car to put those AutoZone brakes on your Dodge. That's right. Make sure they're gold, Duralast, so you can get that awesome lifetime guarantee, which is very important because those brakes are going to go and you're going to need another pair. So you might as well get a lifetime so you can get a swap of the second set for free at AutoZone. My favorite place to buy all my auto parts. And I know people go online and get their auto parts for cheaper, but AutoZone, you get it lifetime, Duralast, with metal ceramic, so it's even better at braking. So good that I have often slid my Dodge since I've done it 2, 3 days ago. Unbeknownst to me, so good that it will make your car skid. So please use low pressure and try not to make people think you've lost your mind when you hit the brakes and slide. Um, I do it myself, and I try to do a very good job, maybe too good. Um, AutoZone, best brakes in my opinion ever. A little expensive, more so than online, but I'm an auto guy, so I'm gonna make this commercial a little extended. They are very good brakes, and I would rather pay a little more and get another set of those very good brakes and not pay again. Um, so get your chickies uh, at, Tractor Supply Co. and make sure you're willing to have a lot of time available because you got to feed them a lot of seed. And I'm going to show you the seed I feed them so that you get all of your information real quick, because I'm not gonna make this into a webisode because webisodes take a lot of time away from raising chickies, and chickies need a lot of time to be raised. So this is about a 10-minute video so far, and it'll be on my uh, YouTube channel, which has been up for I think a decade. And I don't often put videos up, but when I do, it's always a one-shot deal on something important. And I think this is very important for any of my brothers out there that have left the city life. I believe 300,000 of you left New York City. And if any of you are in the country and bored and want to leave, don't leave yet if you haven't done this, because the country has some medicine for you that you probably haven't tapped into yet. It's called animals. And animals like to be loved and they like to love back. This is Purina. Purina makes, look at that, he's stepping on the egg. Who came first, the chicken or the egg? It looks like the chick already put his left foot on the egg, which is cute. Start and Grow medicated crumbles poultry feed chick strong system, the optimal combination of nutrients supporting proper growth for a strong start. Check that out. If that's not awesome, I don't know what is, because Purina is very good brand stuff. And they make really good feed for chickies. So this is not something that is not known. And if it's not known, it's known to you now. Because information is free when people do it in a genuine way. And I'm not going to make more videos like this unless it's something more important that I want to add. So please enjoy and please be creative. Um, as creative as you like. Nobody's telling you how to do it, but this is kind of what I'm doing just because I just felt like it. I don't know. They might see those colors. I don't know too much about what colors they can see. I know dogs, from what I heard, is white, black, and red. Um, but I put some red, Budweiser reds, because that's what I drink. I don't like light. If I want light Budweiser, I put ice cubes in it. I don't waste my time buying the blues, but some people like blues. So I get reds, and I got them put in the dirt from an idea I got from a YouTuber who uses them to put water in his plants, or she, I believe. They put water in it and they put it upside down, and it slowly adds water to his plants. I said, well, I'm not going to put any water in it, but I'm going to put them upside down and try to use it as a marking, because I want the chickies to have a very easy way to identify this. This is not in nature. This is of us, and this is obviously placed in such a way as to mark that they are all part of their home. You know, you want to make it easy for them to identify how to get back from this humongous habitat out there that they usually run into. So I marked it. I put little colors on top, which is great for girls and boys. Some boys like to paint their nails. Um, now, it's fun, and it allows you to allow them to have fun while not confusing them into believing whatever narrative the world wants them to believe. Paint your nails for fun. Paint your nails because you want to. Because I know there's a lot of man makeup going around at Sephora, because I'm pretty hip to some of this new stuff. And no, a guy who does his makeup, strangely enough, is very K-pop, very Korean K-pop, and that is their style, man. And they've done it in Japan as well, and it is their thing, man. That's their popular culture, and America has adopted some of it. Very not status quo to us, but there's a whole world literally around us. So we need to grow up, and this is a great way to start by raising some beautiful animals that are very beautiful and very, wow, look at that. Good spread, girl. Look at that. You saw those wings. You show off. You showing off those wings. And what are you doing? She's like, I don't want to be on your stupid show. And look, they turned their back. They're like, we don't want to be on this show. We just want you to look at us with your eyes. All right. Anyway, adios. My chickies look like they're tired anyway. And they're all resting. Look, they're all resting. And they're finding little shades all around. And they're awesome. All right. Adios.